Everyone, my name is Arun Cherian and I'm the founder of Rise Legs. So let me tell you the story of Sandhya. This is a beautiful little girl born in a village in South India, and she was born without both legs. As she was growing, her parents struggled to find her the right devices to suit her needs as a growing child. Because many a time, especially prosthetic legs for children are not only rare, but low and expensive. Around that time, there was a reporter that did a small snippet about our work, wherein we were making quality, affordable devices. And he told Sandhya's father about the work. Such was the need, such that Sandhya's father went to the local studio to inquire about this. They in turn gave him the local studio's number. They further in turn gave him the reporter's number, and then the reporter then gave him our number. And this is well before we had any website or any of our communications up. And then they traveled, came down to Bangalore to get fitted. And 6 years later, the child not only is able to walk, but she can also run, play, and dance as much as she can as a normal child. And not only that, she is even taking part in dance competitions. And the story of Sandhya is just one among many here in India. That here in India, let alone, there are over 1 million amputees, so much so that in the field, people say it's over 2 to 3 times that, because what's available here is mostly free or low-cost devices that are heavy and cumbersome. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have this expensive devices that are lightweight and high performance, but out of the reach of the vast many. So the question was, can we use technology to bridge this gap between high quality and affordableness? So being a biomedical engineer myself, as a robotics engineer, I decided to give this a go. So as a robotics engineer, I study the biomechanics of locomotion, how animals and robots walk and run. And it turns out that animals, no matter what the size, be it an elephant, lion, giraffe, dog, or a cockroach, doesn't matter the size or even how many legs they have, whether they have 100 legs like a centipede, 8 legs, 4 legs, or 2 legs. Mathematically, they all walk the same. The leg of every animal is a spring of tuned stiffness. Now, coincidentally, especially here in South India, you have this cane furniture that's bent in all these beautiful shapes with which people can not just sit on it, but it lasts for years. So now if it's bent and can take weight, that's a spring too. So for me, it was a curiosity question. If the leg is a spring and cane is also a spring, then could we make a leg out of cane? So the aerospace department at ISC, we did significant strength testing, because this being a natural composite, being very non-linear, we had to go to the aerospace department. And the results turned out to be far better than we expected. So much so that we were able to make a whole series of performance or even affordable devices with which people could take up high impact activities. So now, just to as a testament to the quality of the device, we were invited to go to Switzerland, wherein we were competing with teams from across the world. Germans that came in with a 70 lakh device. Ours was a little less than a lakh. And then we had Icelandic teams that came in with 50 lakh devices. And out of this, we were competing in these obstacle races with which people had to do tasks that were otherwise challenging. And out of the 3 races, fair and square, not only did we come first in the race, but we also clocked in the fastest lap time amongst devices costing orders of magnitude more than these devices. So it's not just about price that determines quality, but it's about the engineering design. And through this, we were able to support many people, so much so that build a community of people, of amputees and even other challenged people, physically challenged people, so that they could come together and showcase their strengths. And it was not just an extension of their body, a device, a medical device, but rather it could also be a canvas wherein they could express themselves. And it was a statement of transformation. One of the challenges that we quickly realized was that there were so many people coming that we couldn't make it fast enough, that the traditional fabrication techniques of using plaster of Paris and that the patient having to come, it was so time consuming and they would have to travel days. It was very reasonable that people had to wait for days or weeks, easily about 5 weeks to get a device. Now, trying to address the problem of using technology to make devices accessible and affordable to all, we developed a whole digital fabrication framework wherein it would be easy for somebody to remotely scan a patient's body in their hometown, training and upskilling a paramedical professional so that they could get access within their home or neighborhood, a high quality device so that they could get back to life and more. Now, as we made so many more devices, we realized that there were a lot of materials that we were wasting or that we couldn't qualify for medical devices. And it was another way of upskilling, or what should I say, amortizing the cost over the various number of patients that we would have. So it would be much more affordable. So with the cane that we had, we decided to create works of art that we could sell at a premium and then use that fund to make assisted devices much more affordable to many. So we commissioned artists to create a series of artworks based on the cane that we were using for the medical devices. And through it all, art became a serious business which was funding innovation in the medical space so that we in turn could create more artworks, which in turn allowed many more people to run, play, and dance. So the whole journey of trying to make affordable, accessible devices to all, it was a journey that had people of various domains, be it art, engineering, and medicine, and business come together to help us genuinely solve this problem effectively. Thank you so much.